अरे जो सबसे बड़ी बड़ी रोमांटिक फिल्में जिन्होंने डायरेक्ट किया ना वो सब सिंगल है. Just saying.
Sometimes you are aware of these things,
Correct.
but you oversee. Just because you love the person, and then there's also this thing ki, theek hai, I'll give them more time and they might change.
Yeah.
You always give a benefit of doubt, many benefits of doubt.
I agree. I 100% agree.
And that is where toxicity enters.
यार पता है क्या होता है when you're in a toxic relationship ना कभी कभी ऐसे भी होता है कि आपको लगता है कि यार अगर हमने इसको ख़त्म किया ना तो ये हो जाएगा.
Films are released in theaters. People say, अरे रुक जा एक महीने में तो
OTT पे आ जाएगी.
I have a question then how did Animal do what it did?
Of
वो भी
course.
तो OTT
See,
पे
there are
आ गई
films.
ना Netflix
There
पे.
are
That's the
films.
thing, but it's not like
I'm saying it is unfair. It is unfair to compare two platforms.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Showreel. My name is Reema Chhabda and today we are in for a treat as we are joined by none other than the charming Karan Kundrra and the stunning Erica Fernandes. Welcome you guys.
Thank you.
As we see in the trailer that this is more of a betrayal, love, twist and turns. So what is it that you want your audience to see the show for without giving out a lot of things out of it?
it has got, of course, it's a love story. There's a love story, but it is not only a love story. It has a lot more than that. It has a lot of suspense, a lot of twist, and a lot of thrill. So there are so many things that you would want to look forward. Like when you watch the scene, it is something that you need to think, or you will put your mind in it. You know, there are some shows where it's a no-brainer, correct?
Right.
But in this, you will start thinking, and you'll be like, so what did this one do? What did that one do? And there's a lot of stories about each individual. It's not only about Sumit and Nandita.
Okay.
So it is a collective. That ensemble is there, which carries equal weightage here in this entire project. And we have amazing actors also who have done amazingly well, so that even we could perform in the similar manner.
That's actually a very good thing that you have mentioned because a lot of actors don't do that. They just feel that, they are carrying the show on their shoulders and that's it. That's about it. But yeah, wonderful. Anyway, when we talk about relationships during modern times, what do you think, what according to you are the key challenges that people face to find the true love? Karan?
Oh, I think 95% of the people don't even know what they're looking for.
Okay.
They are either looking for a favorite film or a novel that they read when they were young, or what their parents have told them about. We take off on our parents, right? So either it's that. I mean, you need to understand what you really are about. We are all playing a character, even in real life.
That's
There's a certain personality that we throw out. Nobody knows what we are, right? So it's about knowing yourself and what you like in relationship. So I think the moment that people start letting themselves feel and not just stopping because you have a preconceived notion about kya ye hona chahiye,
Yeah.
is when you will find love.
It's when thought processes are so rigid that you don't want to expand your thought.
True.
So only when you expand your thought process that you will understand that there is a lot more than what you're actually thinking of a certain thing.
अरे जो सबसे बड़ी बड़ी रोमांटिक फिल्में जिन्होंने डायरेक्ट किया ना वो सब सिंगल है. Just saying. बड़े बड़े नॉवलिस्ट जिन्होंने सबसे बड़ी बड़ी वो लिखी हैं वो सब सिंगल मरे हैं बेचारे. So yeah.
So are you trying to say that you should not have a concept of love in your mind and you should just
Don't
go with the flow?
define love.
Because you get into relationships, or you think that this is what my relationship or love is. You go with that
Supposed
whole
to be.
preconceived notion
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
That then you get disappointed.
That's true. That's true. Also, when we talk about relationships, we hear a lot nowadays that, my ex was a toxic person or this person is a toxic person. But I also think of the fact that if a person knows what they want, like from their partners or something they're expecting, I don't think the toxic word should be right for them.
No, I don't think that. I won't completely agree with you. Because the thing is, when you get into a relationship, sometimes you are aware of these things,
Correct.
but you oversee them. Just because you love the person, and then there's also this thing ki, theek hai, I'll give them more time and they might change.
Yeah.
You always give a benefit of doubt, many benefits of doubt.
I agree. I 100% agree.
And that is where toxicity enters. Because you're again giving that person so much of yourself they take you for granted.
Okay, so how does Karan Kundrra in real life and Erica Fernandes in real life handle such situations if they are into such situations?
And it should be.
I think we've all made those mistakes.
No, but how did you come out of it? Like, I'm sure it might have taken some time.
This is a very good question, and the thing is acceptance. Acceptance to what? I don't completely blame the other person. Why? Because I gave that person that liberty to do that.
Yeah.
That's true.
And that was the acceptance. The day I accepted that fact about myself, कि मेरी गलती थी कि मैंने उसको ये करने दिया. That is how I moved on with it.
यार पता है क्या होता है when you're in a toxic relationship ना कभी कभी ऐसे भी होता है कि आपको लगता है कि यार अगर हमने इसको ख़त्म किया ना तो ये हो जाएगा जो कि eventually होना है. So you know.
I think we're just not ready to accept it.
I mean either you're scared.
Yeah.
You know, because there's so much of family pressure. There's a reputation. लेकिन अगर आपको लगता है ना कि ये होना है तो दुनिया की Murphy's law जो भी खराब होना है वो होना ही है. And you know what Erica said was fantastic. You know when you're in a toxic relationship. Later on you start blaming it, but what were you doing when you were then? And I think मतलब होता है अब सब it's basic human nature. Yeah. You always want things to do better. That's human nature, right? You're always hopeful.
Like to see the positive. You will always try to be very optimistic about that person or the situation. You don't want things to end or go in the wrong way. We will always want it to we'll try to fix, but how much will you fix? You're only stretching it.
हाँ मतलब हमारा human nature ही है ना उम्मीद पे तो दुनिया का है. So that's the beauty of the human race. That is what distinguishes us from the other animals because we have that hope. We know we are going to die, but फिर भी मेहनत कर रहे हैं. Yeah.
Okay, you have both had very successful careers in television, and now when you work with in films and shows, how is that different from your career that was earlier and that is now?
I didn't understand. You say
I mean,
how
you
is
have
this
had-
different from Okay. So it's only the storytelling, the way the story has been narrated or the way it is shot. I don't think it has been different in any other art form. But yes, again, we have to move according to the generation and the time. So everything changes with time. So that is how the storytelling also has changed. Now, if you see, this story would have been very differently made 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So we have to move with time.
Also talking about moving on with the time. Today we are in a world where OTT platforms are everything. Like everyone wants everything new on OTT platforms rather than theaters.
That's not correct.
Mostly,
No,
like
people
when
are
people are lazy,
on
when people are lazy
OTT.
and they want to watch something at home, they first ask questions like, "What's new on OTT?"
Correct,
Nowadays,
correct.
Earlier there were talks like, "What's releasing in films? What are the
And
new
even
films?"
when there are films that release in theaters, people say, "अरे रुक जा एक महीने में तो
OTT पे आ जाएगी. That's a very bad actually perception of doing. Yeah, I know.
It is the case.
But also because the
But
digital age.
I have a question. Then how did Animal do what it did?
Of
वो भी
course.
तो OTT पे
There
आएगी
are
आ गई ना
films.
Netflix
There
पे.
are
That's the
films.
thing, but it's not like
I'm saying it is unfair. It is unfair to compare two platforms.
That's true.
मुझे पता था कि जब मैंने किसी शो का फिल्म का प्रोमो देखा या ट्रेलर देखा मुझे पता है कि मैं ये it is worth it.
Correct.
Responsibilities have gone up. You know that you asked a question कि television और इसमें क्या फर्क है? It is the responsibility of our actors to make sure because ये 7:30 बजे या 8 बजे आने वाला नहीं. This is not going to be thopod on people.
Right.
If they see us doing a good job, they are going to they will have to open the app, come.
Take out time.
हम नहीं थोप सकते 8:30 बजे आपके ऊपर हम कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे हैं.
Yeah.
You know, and similarly now the responsibility now you come to films. You have to do such an amazing job that a guy gets or a lazy guy gets up and says, you know, either boy or girl gets up and says कि भैया इसके लिए तो सिनेमा जाना ही पड़ेगा and that is when an animal is born. And that is when a good OTT show is born. Right? And that is where a good television show is born because TRP भी नहीं आएगी अगर आप कुछ भी डाल दोगे. So there is a certain responsibility from the makers side, from the actors, from the writers, from the everybody to make good product according to what platform you are on. Correct? अगर आप बहुत अच्छी फिल्म नहीं बनाओगे तो फिर वो लोग OTT पे भी नहीं देखेंगे क्योंकि OTT पे उस टाइम पे कोई और शो होगा जो आप बोलोगे यार ये शो देखना बेटर फील कर रहा है rather than this film.
That's true. That's true.
That's true, but if you say in terms of now you and me, we will watch a trailer and like this is a theater wala film, we need to go and watch it.
Yeah.
That's true.
But for somebody who doesn't want to go to a theater, spend 300 whatever or rupees, then spend money on snacks, rather take that subscription and watch unlimited shows and movies at home.
Actually, it's their hard reality.
It is.
It is the hard reality.
how-
Then films are not for them.
That's what I'm saying.
I remember finishing Love Adhura. हम लोगों ने Love Adhura खत्म की है. जिस दिन खत्म की है, me, the director Ranbir, the DOP Anubhav, and our production head, we have gone from Munnar to Kochi, which was a 4-hour drive to make it for the 5:10 show of Animal in the cinema at Kochi at the Lulu Mall, and the cinema was full. You know, अभी उसमें आ गई ना, एनिमल आई है, but that's what I'm saying. It is the quality of the content which will force you.
Content has become the king.
ओपनहाइमर को आप अगर IMAX में नहीं देखोगे तो आप क्या करोगे देख के? मतलब आपके 32 इंच के टेलीविजन पे क्या 60 का होगा आपका इंच, 110 का होगा, क्या ही कर लोगे यार? वो बनी नहीं है टीवी के लिए.
That is true.
So that is the future. There is going to आप एवेंजर नहीं बना सकते OTT के लिए, क्योंकि आपको 12 ही नहीं खाएगा जब तक कि वो 50 कंट्रीज में रिलीज होके.
that need to be watched.
Yeah.
True.
अब Aladdin has made $1 billion. How? OTT पे आएगा $1 billion? Period. So you have to understand what platform you are working for, and that's the amount of the scale goes up, and not just amount in money. It is the responsibility to create that kind of cinema.
But don't you think that movies, in terms of there are obviously the ones which do still make their big budget films, but after things have started to move on to OTT, they have certainly
Suffered.
They have suffered and cut down a lot on their production costs also, which you can very visibly see.
That's
No, there are certain films that are now made on a balance.
true.
कि भैया ये हम बना रहे हैं और इसका हम ऑलरेडी 20 करोड़ की डील कर चुके हैं. So they know. And when they bring the project on table, they know कि हमारे actors के कितनी reach है, they know हमारे director के कितनी reach है, उनको पता होता है ये concept ऐसा है, and they make it accordingly. They have this idea कि यार ये this is not a 200 crore film, ठीक है, ये this is one of those films, and then they do a balance कि ठीक है इतना हमारे को OTT से मिलेगा, इतना हमारे को digital rights से मिलेगा, इतना हमारे को satellite rights से मिलेगा. That's how they make the project.
Sorry, you were off topic.
No, I just think it's unfair. It's unfair to say.
I get it.
Yeah.
A cinema lover who loves going to the theater and watching film can always behave like
And
this.
I will
completely
always
agree.
fight for that. मैं तो खड़ा हूँ लड़ने के लिए.